I wasn't sure that I was gonna make this video, and I don't really know what I'm going to ever say, like, when I do make these videos, I guess, because there's so much that needs to be said and not enough time for them to be said. And that's just how this works. As some of you know, I had stopped leaving my house. I stopped doing everything. I stopped focusing on basic self-care needs. I stopped cleaning my house. I stopped everything, pretty much. Stopped getting out of bed. I stopped all of it. I wasn't going to therapy like I should have. I started going back last week only to find out that I had gotten a new therapist, because my therapist had taken a different position. And so now I have this therapist who doesn't know me. This was only my second time seeing her. And I just don't know where to start with her, because I don't like her, for one. I thought that maybe she'd be okay, or, whatever. But it's not the case. She has wanted me to go into she's wanted me to go into a psychiatric hospital, and I won't do it. And so now she wants me to look into, like, voluntary adult residentials. So that makes me feel like a total nut job. Complete and utter total nut job. And I was in residential as a kid, so I don't understand why she would bring that up. And yeah, I might be struggling and I might be having a hard time, but in the same concept, I don't believe that I belong in a adult residential. I'm not self-harming myself. I'm not doing any of that. And I don't think that's the place for me to be at either. And then she tells me that I make her nervous. Okay. And then she goes, "You come with a lot." Okay. Yeah, I come with a lot, okay. I do. And I know I'm a challenge to work with. And I'm sorry that I'm a challenge to work with, and I'm sorry that I do suck at being a human being, and that my illnesses keep me from doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing and the things that I want to do. But to tell me that I come with a lot and I make you nervous after only the second time you've seen me. Where are you coming up with these ideas, first of all? I'm sorry that I come with a lot of baggage. I come with a lot of hurt. I come with a lot of traumas. I come with a lot of anger and sadness. But I don't take that out on other people. I take it out on myself. I've had an eating disorder since I was 12. Reason why I had to switch counseling places and go to this new counseling place because the old counseling place did not treat eating disorders. So I had to switch. I didn't have a choice. But I felt like she was trying to tell me in a nice way of I've got too much shit that she can't handle or address or that she doesn't want to deal with or whatever. You first of all, why would you tell your client at your second session that they come with too much? I know I have a lot of baggage. I know I come with a lot of hurt. I know I come with a lot of traumas. I know I come with it all. But you made me feel like a total nut job. Like, I don't know what she was trying to get across to me at that point in time when she told me that today. But literally, I could have had a heart attack. Like, I was so upset. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, I was not expecting that at all. And I don't understand where it even came from. Like I said, this is only the second time I've even seen this lady. So it made it extremely harder. Like, I just feel like she was trying to tell me in the nicest way possible that I have too much baggage and too much shit for her to help work with me or whatever. You don't tell that to a client, especially somebody who has multiple and several traumas. Like, why do you think that I come here? I don't come here because it's fun. I don't want to be here any more than you want to be here. But I'm here because I want to get better, and I don't want to be God only knows what if I wasn't in counseling, and if I wasn't in residential as a child, I don't know where I would be. But, she had no right to say that whatsoever. And in the past, I have done a trauma narrative with previous therapists, where we write down every bit of trauma that has happened. And that therapist said, the goal is to read it over and over again until it gets boring to you. How it gets boring to you, I have no idea. It never got boring to me because it was my reality. It actually happened, so it wasn't a fairy tale. But this lady wants to take piece by piece and talk about it and try to process it and all at once, and I'm not ready for that again. Like, I can't. I'm not emotionally or mentally ready for it. And I just feel like I have the word failure written across my forehead. Or give up on me. Or whatever. like, this is really, really, really tough. And when I got home, I couldn't move. I was crippled. Like, I felt paralyzed. Like, I couldn't even move to take my Xanax to get to my room and get my Xanax because I was just so hyper focused on what the hell had just happened. I couldn't, there was no way. Like, I couldn't handle it. And I did not expect that to happen whatsoever. And this lady, I don't know her. She doesn't know me. Like I said, this is only the second time we had met, so I just did not think it would affect me this way. And so I came home, and it took me forever to move. And once I finally was able to, I went to sleep after taking my medicine and just called it quits, because what else do you do? Because obviously giving up isn't an option. But I feel like anymore, I'm just getting stuck with these horrific professionals. And I don't understand it. Like, I don't get it at all. And it just, and it upsets me, and it offends me. And she kept asking me, like, how I was after talking about it. She said physically I looked fine. Yeah, maybe physically I look fine on the outside. You don't want to see the inside of what I look like. It blows my mind how someone can approach you like that and say such things to you that way. And I just don't understand it. Like, and I probably never will understand it, but I feel like she was trying to pawn me off to someone else, or get rid of me somehow, some way, some whatever. And, you know, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. If she wants to pawn me off on somebody and not deal with it, then whatever. Why do I make her nervous? I don't know. I wish she would tell me. But that's the least of my concerns, honestly. I don't really care. And I know that may sound harsh, but I'm not in no way, like, trying to bash her or anything like that. But I don't understand any of it, and it just makes it so much harder because there's just, I've been in counseling for 14 years, ever since my first traumatic event when I was 8 years old. And it hasn't stopped. I haven't not gone to counseling. I haven't not stopped seeing doctors or taking medicine or this or that or that or this or whatever. I don't know. Like, I just know that I'm struggling a great deal. And I don't know how I'm going to get through. I just feel like I suck at it as a human being. I feel like I don't deserve anything. I feel like I just am here to exist, and that's it. And I'm not suicidal in any way. I'm not thinking of harming myself. I'm not thinking anything like that. I just I just don't get it. A person who hasn't even barely known you 2 weeks, and all of a sudden the first thing they jump to is conclusions, and you wonder where in the hell they come up with this stuff. And I don't, it blows my mind. So, I don't know. I just know that I'm hitting a wall in this, and I'm not ready for it. And I don't think there's ever going to be a time where any of us are ready to face our fears, to face our traumas, to, um, face it head on. There's never a right time, but we still have to do it as much as we don't want to do it. But my fear is she's going to want to talk about it all at once. And then once we're done talking about it, she's going to be like, okay, you're cured. No, I'm not cured. It doesn't work that way. Like, I am beyond frustrated with professionals who act so unprofessional. I can't stand it anymore. And I just want to quit counseling. But I know if I do, I'd be an even bigger mess. And I don't know where in the world she decided to come up with this residential crap. That is not a place for me. Those places are for people who cannot function and live day to day, which I can't function living day to day right now. But I still do my best to do what I need to do. I still make sure my animals are cared for. I still make sure my house is, clean. It doesn't look like a barn. It doesn't look like a disaster. It doesn't look like, a garbage can. It doesn't look like nothing like that. But residential for adults are for, like, people who have really bad, like, self-harming stuff, which at one point in my life, before I developed my eating disorder, I did have a lot of issues with self-harm, a lot. And I got a lot of scars, covered up with tattoos because I got tired of explaining to people why I have those scars, and it's none of their business, quite frankly. I don't get it. My first traumatic experience, I was 8 years old. Here I am, 22 years old, and I feel like I've just come this far just to come this far. And I know that's not the case, and I know that I'm not thinking rationally. But I feel like everyone's ready to give up. I feel like places like residential placements for adults are for, like, very sick, mentally ill individuals. And I know I am a very sick, mentally ill individual. And my eating disorder is the icing on the cake. But I do not feel that I belong there whatsoever. Especially in a shithole of a town. Junkies, prostitutes on every single corner. No way. I don't live my life like that, and I'm not gonna start now. It's taken me many, many years to be the person I am today, and I will not look back. I will not become the person I used to be. I will not be the anger and bitter person that I once used to be. It's been well over 4 years, and for that part of me no longer exist. And I'd be damned if I moved to a town that has all kinds of junkies and prostitutes on the corners and wherever. I can't put myself in that situation. I just can't. I have to do what's best for me. And they might be looking at my best interest at heart, but I know for me that that's not going to work out for me. And I'm not some piece of jewelry where you can just pawn me off and sell me to the next bidder or the higher up or whoever. I'm a human being. I don't feel like I'm worth anything, but I also don't agree with their decisions that they're making. It is pathetic. And I feel like no matter how many steps forward I take 1,075 backwards. And I'm not doing it, on purpose. I feel like it's because I have people like this on my treatment team who are possibly uneducated on what they're really doing. I don't exactly know. So I go back on Tuesday at 2. And I just can't even bear to think of that because of how it went today. I don't want to face next week. I don't want to deal with it. And I know that I have to work through my trauma in order to get through my eating disorder. But I constantly ask myself, is it really worth it? Is it honest to God worth it? Because I don't know. I don't know anymore. I know that somebody's watching. I don't see any comments, so I'm not sure who's watching. So this video was just kind of a bitch video because what else do you do? Because giving up's not an option, and I didn't come this far just to come this far. And it really sucks, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm at a loss for words. And, I don't know, and I don't understand, and I don't understand how I keep getting stuck with these kind of people. Like, they brush you under the rug like you're just a pile of dust or a welcome mat or whatever, and that's not okay. They're supposed to be there to help you work through, your traumas, and clearly that's not working. I know everybody has a different approach to everything, but I'm just not sure that I found the right one yet. Maybe I might not find the right one. Maybe I never will. But, it doesn't mean that I'm going to let it define me. And that's what I hate the most, is when people say, especially these professionals, is when they say that I'm letting it define me, because I'm not letting it define me. Because I would not go back to change my life if I had the chance. I mean, sure, I would like to. I would love to. 100%. Completely. But because of all I've gone through and all I've seen in life, I've become a much stronger person. Stronger than half the people my age are. And people are always thinking, well, PTSD is only for soldiers or, people in the army or whatever. No, it isn't. And when they say that, I say, well, it shows how much you know, because I've fought my own army. I've fought my own life. I went to bat for my own life. I fought for my life. Every single day I fought for my life. I might not have went to Iraq or wherever, but I still fought for my life. And I still am. And it's a war every single day. And people don't understand that. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now with counseling, and it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. Letting it go is easier said than done. Sadie, you are so noisy. I just want to go to sleep because I can't take it. There's just no way. No possible way. So I'm going to get off of here and try to sleep, I guess. But nothing seems to be working, so we'll see. Hope everybody has a great Wednesday evening, and I will be back to talk to you guys sometime soon. Thanks. What in the world?